Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
25 years ago, I didn't buy.
Yeah, Kwame. Anna me wo University of Cape Coast.
Okay.
And our Cape Coast is your pon. Yeah. It's here there. Now, this is how it started. You made to be Emma me ifrimu.
Okay.
Oh yeah, chakra day. You know, say chakra day you won here.
Yeah.
Into chakra day for you wo me hall or just Atlantic Hall.
Yeah, the gentleman.
Exactly. We decided say we'll go and help him give the mother a befitting burial.
So they work
a year. That's right. You could do, you know. Nyamyadum yitimi bua no ma okra na mami.
Okay.
Na me and I say ye wo metete me if you come new site water into me decided say me try na makwa sorry Sunday.
Yeah.
After church, you know, na ma back to school. Proud to that, na ye ba prepare actual exams. Ye be yen so hwe. Na kwa be 50 class 1 ebe pem university. Na nyame abdu minimi ho when it comes to academic work.
Yeah.
Minim the way I'm addition eti. But ye ko ba ya na ye prepare for end of semester exams no. Kwame me bie book na me read ya hwenko. Obekase say be adwen no ya blocking no.
Wow.
Let me say no. This is uncharacteristic of me. Interestingly, no, me psychology. I was a psychology major student.
Interesting.
It's not even the psychological theories and principles could help me overcome such situation. And I started confiding in a few friends and a mates. Say, I'm having an academic challenge which is unusual and sanity. Me at the type na mission there bare 3-4 pages. I said me full stop. My family pen in my paper. My jot salient points no. And yet top of it, just a trimity.
Adam.
But Kwame, do on me yashia and ye. Obeka said Danish Kwame Kubida. Wow. And see, the first thing was if it continued like that, you are going to fail all your exams. Which psychological force and all. I can't contain that situation. And see, now me per solution. Me try several methods of learning. Meaning, na adia no emfa. Na before I go school no so no. Sabi me you be a little outgoing. Me wa adam for no.
Yeah.
Even though me pay me handsome, but I get easily attracted to people. Until now, me are quite popular. Oh, Takradi.
Yeah.
And I'm at the back campus. Kwame be sure say Benji Kumasa, no ya wadamfo. Benji will be na menen know the same area. Now, sabi of family say senior brother.
Yeah.
So started Twin City FM first. Kwame Pakwisi Brew. Meka Oma na yeko show no so as resource persons. So no move from me unofficial PRO.
Okay.
Of Twin City FM. Into I said na sabi majimi den kakran sa.
Yes, we a guy about.
I was factoring all this.
Yeah.
Say Bibi Saba. A lot of people will know say no. He has failed his exams. And see, I was trying to manage that without success. Now, interestingly, that year, no, university lecturers echo 9 months strike action. Obi I know university that time Bekai. Before I ever strike, no, now condition we start here.
Okay.
Them Atlantic call. I'm saying also whole beer was not Atlantic, na beer man almost in wo. Na me was 5th floor. To the first thought and say, guy, you can't face this embarrassment, so end it. And see, there was one dawn. I woke up, left a suicidal letter.
Oh, you did?
I did. Now me begina corridor. Let me share from who say, how lengthy was it? And whether it could help me achieve that objective. And say, I rehearsed. By 2 o'clock, in Beijing, na krife fi bi ba ku bi asore ma o hwe tongues of law. That is what prevented me
I didn't actual letter suicide note.
Make sure letter and say Mission there encore. My enemy may be still to me and grasp it Nampese mission. Na me ready to say me fail me exams. Inti I'd rather prefer to put that behind me. Kwame, a lot of factors came into play, and I'm sure you would appreciate it at the tail end of my presentation. Now, my name is cousin B. May he rest in peace. Or by your lecture will give us later. No hobby. He said, "Me that's something to him." No, it's okay. About by saying, university hospital doctor back when I and discuss it. Nti doctor no you didn't come on out there. No doctor cast okay. Me be see an answer what to say on ba be strike. So bad advice say me relax it brain for some time. And yen hwe ne be ko. Nti me decided okay then me nsia dey bio me twen. Na ya me nsia dey ye de kofie. Ye ba be kofie ni say e could 4 weeks. Na ya ba back. Nti first 3 weeks na me call and per doctor's advice no. And I may share movies, may share book makra. But when we're entering into the 4th week, let me be someone say, will the doctor be there to write my exams for me?
Yeah.
Decided I made them share my book, and I may say situation no, I better. Come and me kai pass me full book me show me read this ana, me must say me no switch me.
Yeah.
Until me call blackout. Am I me call hospital? Those days na Takrady hospital. You detain me there 2 weeks. You see, initially you declare I was even in coma. Me hunya. If you were my father Fred, na damn for a fiam quanta hospital, and me so call in the hospital will be there 2 months. Still, na you know the exact cause of my situation.
2 months.
2 months. 2 hospitals no. And eventually, me so die be say Kwame me. So when my mom came to visit me the next day, I told her, say, in fact, so when you mean fever, I don't think I'll make it. I had a very horrible dream. Now interesting, nipa odam channel. I did change, na see nipa newu. My nana call morgue. So my mom became convinced, at the end of the year, Kanobia, me making somebody want you may be she. To summarize the event, chain of events, me call hospitals, churches, and what have you. Strike action eventually lasted 9 months. I still not recover. But as we were cascading through the various months, now I feel Enyama Bebre a course of medium. One of them they say those days me kase hwemi yefuna obekase box e bi hye biye ma oblom from within me wo say yefunu e shiki because electric shock.
Really?
Yes. Na sade no koso a me ti say bibi e koso miem e bedu baby no kwa me da writer me wo say me intestines ni abasa because I'm musa abasa nti be musa biological so sade no enyame nti yes sabi bin my person no we are spiritual to enemy call churches in there. I've been a car say ya to me drew. There's a bit to pay. As to what I did, they couldn't tell, but I say in school.
Yeah.
The madam for being why sir. To come when I didn't blame it and say, I didn't am to deserve this kind of afflictions. Now me share near echoes from me my business say. How can I let people appreciate say I'm going through hell? Coming out and easy. And not three so actually and say one night Medasana me take this voice listen, you can't contain it any longer. Because you can't even guarantee say who's heaven. Why must you suffer on earth? And who's obeko hell? Yeah. So why don't you at least shorten the sufferings on earth? Then you leave your feet to God. That was the funny feeling. May you be a yamia dum. Na issues are in Chinese mebre for solutions. But na me share near question na. Family na aiding because the two of me reading. na actually na meda terrible dreams me so die na me hu say black ants bebre na I saw what my command me struggles before me be me no she said my cat Jesus and I be sana me hu say the last one I can sana ma survive ça we no inti actually na I don't know so it me as apart from physical way no me nya spiritual side of it me intimi so ndidi me didi just about 5 muzzles come yempe na because I dey concrete gu me yem na me tete
Wow.
I said no inti insu mom na me nom just to survive inti do baby na ma start say me shrink so me reduce in size and those days you know kwabe ya breso no na ye we takra do na ye guys be 3-4 na mba no dosun inti by environmental factors you know sabi I'm saying America what I say
Matthias
inti I started asking myself ana sabi and those were the time and 8 so akosropa
okay
it was ana condition 8 so ka go fin kind of crunch no mo say sabi spiritual near there inti that was another voice about no look at the way you've started growing lean. I had forgotten say naturally wounded D no struggle no so better in there but my dreams on a bit me at 8 and that was when that voice said now you got to finish it before everything comes out.
Meanwhile, now what attempt to be free back?
Yes, that was the first time.
In Tikrife boy na no obompire no on the distracting me. On
the distracting me. You know the answer. UCC one in me jump here. Yeah. Into actually one night, and my parents, Emma, my cousin back was here or your sophocra. On me a bed die. Because no more share the way I make complaints and no. Me view near the no no so umunye bi no bem into menen na the eda pay 1:40 to 2 a.m. ne mu so ko me so na nda no kra me brands na nda na ba ewia mom na bitimi da kakra but night na there ne mintimi nda nti oye ya na me se no what would be the fastest and the least painful form of suicide. I started thinking and the first thing that came to mind say electrocution.
Wow.
And Kwame, I really disconnected free GBA na see boys get to ho plug no me kata me ni na me jam note but the mensa virtually I can electric no me kosro be bofum ma obia sorry how much ni bisa what is happening. I didn't die. I was unsuccessful with that first attempt.
I didn't shock my do feel
me kosu bukum just buso mi ankasa ma me tue koto center table bia na wo bibia me wono so ma me cousin no sorry nti my parents me had to say there was noise bia be check no mo say no bisa me so na afraid I was trying to give an excuse but omo said no I didn't be okono akwano nya obedi boni ahye.
You tried electrocution?
Yes, I tried electrocution without success. That was the first thing that I did. Now, later on, you me call another place. No more confirm me say I am madam for. Na nipano I say jealousy. Na omo use no. I remember very well. I say nkrofu bi taichi. But they identify somebody or jealous me or campus for whatever reasons I didn't know by then. Na nipa no akotu me drew. Na papa anya hwea bonus nya hwe nti on be reverse ni ade. And I felt said no. Wait a minute. Why somebody nipa kunu didn't share me because I was ready to go and I thought at the time what I needed was to know who was behind it. Then he joins me. Fair deal. But they didn't mention whoever was involved. Now, Kwame Miguso Mebre. Until 9 months, no lecturers no go back to school. Still na me recover. So my other brother, midway had to go and defer my program, so that Yame ma domine say me recover between matria, madisian also. Until long story short, I also tried hanging by suicide by hanging. That was another dawn. Me the one I didn't be see with him said no. Listen, a brand or Benon Kwan or Bre. Oma or money will call hospital and churches in here, then they are not feeling it. So try it. It was how much? And so as usual, me jam note to no sir. That one I even took the note along.
Now what they call sound.
Yes, but they call Sammy home. Now me far at home.
Yeah.
Now back of our house, you know, there was this apple tree. Me call full apple tree, you know. Now me shash one now me say my soul was fighting with a decision I wanted to take. And I was doing a lot of analysis. Say, Sabi, you will meet to Methodist Asorum.
Yeah.
My call Sunday school. My call Boys Brigade. My I said, me did 11 years when I reading Bible. Sorry.
Yeah.
My call Wednesday class. My call youth fellowship. I was financial secretary of Dover Methodist Youth Fellowship at a point in time. So with all these quote unquote credentials, why must I kill myself?
Yeah.
What kind of legacy would I bequeath to Christendom, my family, friends, etc.? Tell me, yes, I know the decision I wanted to take wasn't right. But there was another voice that says, no, finish it. Because they are not feeling your pain. And indeed, I tied a rope around my neck on the tree.
What did she show home?
But then she showed me a point. But I actually do that I may go see Finibia. But I actually me point. I said, me reflecting on the decision I wanted to take. And see, me and I said, no, that is not your choice. Obiam is a cool guy, only an officer. And this is idea. And see, would you continue to suffer like this and finally die? Why don't you end this pain? If I had me China, my cry is soon. I was shedding tears. And no, that's not me. But me see na me kwa. Me say big dream. No, that's a stupid decision. Go back. Kwame, I overcame that one as well. Now, my father along the line. Now, those days, ports and harbors and railways.
Yeah.
Oko, one of the big men of it. Oko India, ko course be ho. No, but no the shoes be buy.
Yeah.
And that was very strange. Me wo fiana BBM said no. This shoe, koshum, there's something that you can just take in and you go. Me koshum me no. What's that? New shoes there, this sashi.
Yeah.
The woman I said I've forgotten the name, silica or whatever it is. It is 2 sachet the woman. Now I poured into a half glass of water. Now me jam me no tena me no me. Kwame ampege me, let alone dying. I was so disappointed. And so what form of suicide would work for me? Worst scenario, man you be crying. I said I make what that. I said the bed me I took me pillow so. Say me suffocating me to death. Because then I cost me no. You needed to be in my shoe to know say no. A normal human being shouldn't go through that kind of stuff. And see, you did the Musa na a tree. You name a baby was Central Region. And sorry.
Okay.
You also also confirm say you to me drew near there. Ombeka come so
this was still.
Let me break. Until on 15 June 1995, which was actually my birthday.
Yeah, so you June.
I had my 6th form education at Apam Secondary School. I'm sure most of my mates listening to me probably would know. So I knew that terrain because the one was in the Central Region. So my mom decided to go to the market to get something to come and cook for me because it was my birthday. And so I called her and I said, my first car. Said, no, let me take a drop in. I went to Apam Beach.
Yeah.
So that would be the fastest and probably the easiest. Kwame, I did it. What happened? Sincere, I spent 2 days, 2 nights at the beach killing myself without success. I was telling Prof, sir, sometimes when I someone say, is that I'm dead and life in the next world is not too different from the previous one. Because I struggle to understand something. Me kai say, me to Laguna enter Mpuano. Me kai say so started say come humina so many idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I escaped that one too. But I didn't even give up. 2 days, 2 nights. No me shampoo na. There I didn't have any paper, so I just wrote on the ground. Me train fisher folks no. From 7 to 2 no. jamboree, trying every possible means. Meet me, who's a canoe now, one uncle more, Sean. Meet me so rope in the sir. Now, Makoto, Makija canoe, Matumatu, in Sionum. No, we have an asana to Miaba. That's a Palm Beach.
Is this a movie you are telling?
It isn't a movie. I'm sure my mom is still alive. My brothers, I mean, they can tell you the story. So the third day, I think the second day or so, I started asking myself a lot of questions again. That no, but your parents hadn't given up on you.
Now two stand by.
Exactly. Sometimes I feel say God preserved my life so I can share my story to save others who are going through what I went through. I also believe strongly that if all those who died suicidally were to be given another chance to come and tell their stories, I would realize that invariably there is a spiritual connection. Because do you know how I got healed?
About the same.
Kwame, it was exactly a week before 1 year. I was at a church, eventually I got to know, say, it's one of these white garments, spiritual, whatever churches. And what happened there is another story. However, wherever I was sent to, I tried to interact with some of the inmates to find out how long they've been there, what's brought them there, what has been the experience there. Now, maybe I compare, maybe I say, looking at my situation, will I be cured within the shortest possible time? If, based on the responses I get, I feel, say, no, they are coming to waste my time, I wasn't even cooperating with whatever they were doing there. Until there is this Lady B hairdressing salon. A friend of Yaira, I'm sure, say, oh, you understand.
Yeah, bless you.
Onona, Ubini me corn in chain. So, the young man, you saw okay, verse, and I tuned the drone and that's what. So that lady told me, said, "Be a me one, na Trevor Apostolic churches. Na my minutes in the the white garment churches. Na, on no honey, we won't profile, you know, my bahwa, you be released la, Kufioko, Obekono Kaku. And she should rather advise, say, my parents can me for. Na, on per se, a gentleman like me, just like that. Let me guys listen. At a point in time, I felt so because I said, "Oh, come upon the men healing." I will yelled because my young said, "Me, I'm not getting well," and the situation is compounding. And for how long can I contain it? No, I said, "Bread be a money no a prayer fellowship." Yame ensa one so to another beka na omasha ha ye be bompa no believe say am bit me use so no heal me. And God being so strange, you go so ya kasa na better no friend no so oko hospital ko bompa my inmate ni bi. So she told the brother so upon the saloon. The brother came and Kwame, that is how the whole story started. Or come a story no or mom a Bible no name me for quotations and just to prepare me psychologically. I said God could do it. The bompa honana me who say I was getting healed. Me feel say name be full me nine me say my body chemistry na sesa. So I became convinced say nyame beti me using na me dey for. So I had to arrange for my parents to get me out of the place. We were then at Community 5 in Tema. So it was my house that a deliverance took place in 1995. And Kwame, this is what happened. Deliverance, you know, there were manifestations by quote unquote some spirit, demonic spirit, if you like, or abeye. From Sabim Papa and Mami Ebushin. I don't want to go into details. But there's some grandmothers and some aunties who came together. Said if they gave me chance, I would embarrass them. Because Sabi Yami I am in the Pakasiye. So they needed to finish me. Until they used my roommates from what happened. And indeed, what baffled my parents understand was that there was one of the 5 names that came out. I didn't know her until she died. At the time, I know. And I mean, who that maintain it in that. but her name also came out. They all mentioned their names and they all came up with their accounts why they thought they should finish me. And that particular person was what made my parents believe, say, wow, if you are saying one part. Because that woman wasn't from my hometown. There's a nearby town where I said, only those grandmothers and some aunties, but I didn't live in Takrady, my hometown. It was Takrady. But also he didn't buy all kind of something at the parent. So my father even had to bring a cameraman some make and some bananoshi. And coming, I vomited some of the indrone, nyama, yadame mummies, churches, whatever. 8 months, 9 months back, I heard say me face sanyamano, and that is how I got delivered. And indeed, the roommates in the again buy say they realize say sabi oh no say. And then we're in the same room. And in fact, one thing that God also gave me is wherever I found myself, leadership. To the extent says humbly. The same man without even my consent. I mean, they virtually ambushed me. So what point am I trying to see? I'm trying to see say Ubi Ebeka say or J or Nanum Quiffin in Sema. And yet Adia Ubi in his right frame of mind. Bibi and Bronosa, or because of Kunhoda. But come, you agree with me, Sabi? I you create the so why must somebody think say I just want to check out prematurely? Now listen, Yanyadum, I was able to go back to school. You could read my course, no? I have a master's, and I've held the last time I checked 3 MD positions. And yeah, no, at the point in time, no say, Meno, Nyame Engo shows a favor. Or my say I should be meeting world leaders, president, kings, etc. Kwame later no, ube will say, indeed no, you ask no because me wo Adam for more president, me Adam for more ahemfo. They relate with me like friend and son. Me who say ampa and summer is see so many years ago no. Na no crack. I got here, I got back, and me personal story no. These are some points I've learnt. Say you can't factors that would culminate in suicidal attempts. One, the individual or the victim would invariably feel a sense of hopelessness. If you say, why can't your baby the other point, and he say, baby sir, you feel say no, you are becoming a burden to those around you, immediate family, friends, etc. And all this, it's something that I'll call manipulations. We say voice being a reminder. Say, don't you see you are becoming a burden?
Yeah.
Don't you see your state is so hopeless that there will be no solution? You will just continue suffering until you will still die. So when you are confronted with these questions and you're not able to find answers, the solution is
kill us.
It's no longer worth living. Just end it and be free. The other one is you feel like you should withdraw from people. You are with them, but you are not, amongst them. So just avoid them. So anytime will be a go through a state of depression or anxiety, then you have these symptoms now. We should monitor that person closely. You always want to be on your own, and that is what would result in you thinking, say, no, let him go. Another point, any losing interest in covert activities. I did be a woman say, I dare with me, open room, almost a walk casa. All of a sudden, they will notice, Sunday, you are sharing them. And now, the Paconoso, the mood, So I said he's not with you.
Yeah.
We say I would give you also no, I'm okay. I drain in Shadanka at Asifudi. He's contending with forces. Then another one, and I saw or young will virtually would say no come mama. Seminiwa be a monfa we motion ye so on bar. Say some common cosa.
There's some
indicators. Say Nipano ya monitana sabi obedient nunkwan ifinisim. And these are a few other issues I also want to touch on.
I'll come to it shortly.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.